blacks.
Oh man!
And they just added a burg on the end.
God damn it!
Because that was the Mason-Dixon
I was
line.
wondering because I'm like, no, it's named after a guy, Lynchburg. Did you know that in Lynchburg, they keep finding, like, my friend's mom worked for the waterways or whatever out there.
Christian school presidents in pools with
They
boys.
were throwing babies in that fucking lake or like a river. They were finding like dead babies in the waterways because of fucking liberty and their anti-abortion shit.
Okay.
So people were like, "Oh, I guess I'll just throw it in the water." Like,
That's all the Cowboy Junkie songs are about the James River around there.
Oh my God.
It's a Lynchburg dumpster baby.
Lynchburg dumpster baby.
I went to Liberty. I was invited.
went to Liberty.
not-
You went to Liberty?
Yeah.
What'd you study?
1 year. Oh, it's communications, but it was.
How was that?
I was invited not to attend my second year.
You were invited not to attend.
I went because they said they would take my credits from my first 2 colleges. I went to a bunch of colleges like you. I don't know how
Where'd
many. Nova, Northern Virginia Community, or
Yeah.
whatever. And I went abroad. I went to England. I went to basically Christian Hogwarts. It was in a castle.
Cool. How long were you at each of those?
A year.
Okay.
So I did 3 years. And
All
then
right.
my parents were like, "You're not a college person. We're not doing this. We're not paying for this again."
Yeah, just you messing around.
But Liberty gives you a scholarship for having a pulse, and I didn't know that. So a bunch of my
Yeah.
friends from church were going there, and I was
if
like,
you're
"Oh,
not
I'm gonna
aborted,
go."
you get a scholarship.
As long as you're viable, yeah.
Yeah, just no holding hands. No holding hands.
So I had to pay off my disciplinary fees to get my job now.
Oh my God.
To get your transcript?
Yeah.
Excellent.
They were holding them, and that was illegal. They were in the court for that at that time because they can't hold
When
those.
was
Like
that? When was that?
2013.
Fucking A. I worked at the Chili's next to Liberty. So I dealt with all the students, and one of my coworkers, they have campus cash. I know you know that, but like you had to use a completely different system to charge the card and shit. It was a pain in the ass. But my friend
Cowboy
was
dollars.
stealing money.
Bobcat bucks where I went.
Yeah, he was stealing the Liberty Flames. He was stealing from these accounts. And I'm like, that's the dumbest one to steal from, because these are the parents like looking at all the transactions. Like that's not their money. When you steal from people that are too ignorant, financially ignorant, to look at their bank accounts and their statements.
Yeah, I got it.
It's not, you don't go too rich, you don't go heavy card, but you don't get like the the cards that don't have chips on them. Don't get the prepaid cards. Don't steal from them, because they'll know that too. It's solid middle class idiots. Those are the good ones to.
Walmart people is what I call them.
Walmart
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
We went to that Dollar Theater next to campus all the time.
Yeah, I've
At the
never been to
entrance.
it. Yeah.
It's Jerry Falwell's son was running it to be rebellious against his dad, because his dad was anti-Teletubbies movies, everything, you know.
I think he's still. I know Falwell's son. I think maybe it's Falwell Jr.'s son goes to the college now or something.
Yeah, there
Falwell
was
Jr. has a whole thing going on about like his wife fucking pool boys and him sitting and jerking off.
Oh
and,
yeah,
like,
he's the cuck.
There's a
Yeah.
documentary on
Yeah.
Hulu
And didn't the
called
My
God
Pillow
Forbid.
guy? How was the My Pillow guy involved with Liberty?
I think he was at some of those same conferences with him. Yeah, it's part of the Christian mafia or whatever.
Yeah, it's been a whole
I love
thing.
the My Pillow guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see the picture of him where he looks like a zombie now?
No.
There's an amazing picture of him.
Oh, show me.
I'll pull it up.
Oh, I love it. He's like the Christian Billy Mays.
Christian ShamWow.
Dude,
guy.
I would party with Billy Mays. That guy.
Apparently that dude he liked his nose.
They all
candy.
do. Are you kidding me? Have you seen behind the scenes of those infomercial things? Like,
Yeah.
you have to be so intriguing. I saw like a Louis Theroux thing about it.
You remember Slap Chop,
Throw it
right? Vince was Slap Chop. Okay, so he was he was trying to be a comedian.
It was a zigzag knife in a fleshlight, and you bang on the top, and it chops vegetables.
Oh, I know what you're
Like
talking about. Yeah,
same
yeah.
shape, and it's got a button. Slap, and it chops.
Yeah, my mom has one of those.
It's genius.
Yeah, it's like, you're gonna love my nuts, and he slap chops nuts. It was a whole thing.
I think I could do it. I was in this acting course, and I did a monologue, and apparently I fucked it all up. You weren't supposed to do. I memorized like a 5-minute flex tape ad, and I just acted out the entire flex tape advertisement, and my teacher was like, "What are you doing? This was not one of the approved advertisements."
I asked for act
I'm just
outs.
slapping tape on everything. Flex tape.
So here's what he looked like in a picture. Sorry, I gotta scroll it over here.
Ooh, that's not makeup.
That's what he looked like at a rally or something. And then
Oh no!
people have been making like Paul Bearer
Yeah.
jokes. If you know,
Doesn't
who
look very
the-
well
who that- he's a
rested for someone
wrestling
that
guy.
sells
Dude,
pillows.
he looks dead.
If you're gonna
Yeah.
sell pillows, you need to look well rested.
Yeah,
Right.
what the fuck? That's a bad pillow. Your pillow's bad, dude.
That's
Probably fix it.
my pillow. That's your pillow. I don't want that pillow.
How are you
can
gonna
keep
look
that.
tired and sell pillows? That's ridiculous.
Hey, it's the Godawful Gospel Hour, and we have a special guest today, Audrey Scott.
Thanks for having me.
What is your podcast just on YouTube or is it on everything?
I need to. So my fucking problem here is, can I cuss?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? What am I asking? Okay.
We couldn't have clean comics on here because I don't know
Can
how
I
to
say
write.
fuck? I don't have an RSS feed for it. I need to go back. I have over 30 episodes, and I need to go back and convert them all and put them on Spotify and put them on actual YouTube podcasts. So it's just a video right now, and I'm getting
like you need a social media manager.
Dude, yeah, I'm so
a
tired of
full-time
doing
job.
everything myself. Like, I want to make the clips the best quality. I want to advertise. Like, I get on this fix where I really am on top of my shit, and I put it all on YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Facebook.
Yeah, I do promo for this show for like an hour a day. Unless something cool happens, then I just turn into it.
That's
OCD, like,
really smart.
we got to do more. We got to ride this out.
Yeah, I just need to work on my drive.
I mean, it's everything. I could do it from my phone. I just make clips and put them everywhere.
Well, I know how to do it. I'm just not doing it.
Yeah.
You know? That's the problem.
I wanted to
is
get a
drive.
tattoo of the word ambition in college, and then I was like, that's not going to help me. I'm never going to. That's not going to make me have ambition. I was going to put a cross on it and everything. For the
You're
T.
out of college now, but like if you got the tattoo, God knows what would have happened.
Yeah. I don't want to have regrets. There was some
It's
drawings.
like that butterfly situation.
Yeah.
Butterfly effect.
The no regrets tattoo.
So when we first started screwing around and recording, we started going to, open mics and stuff, just kind of checking it out and all that.
Yeah.
And we went to the Monday night mic at
Last
the Last
Stand
Stand Brewing,
Yeah.
and it was horrible.
It was
The only person that stood out to us was the one girl that went up and started doing her 5 minutes. How long was
usually
it?
I don't
last?
like
it was
when
4 or
people-
5.
Yeah.
Usually I
Yeah.
don't like
It
when
was
people-
Victor hosting, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were the only person who stood out to us at that miserable Monday night
Yeah.
open mic.
Usually I don't like when
It's
people
not
shit
hard
on
to
the
do when
venue.
people suck so bad. It's stuck. I swear to God, it's just like, do y'all want to be good?
Right.
Do you want to be monotone and talk about rape and
And there were like it was like people had
Grapes
the
of
first
wrath.
like quarter of a joke.
rapes of breath?
There were no punchlines. There was just like, yeah, rape's a good thing, right? It was dumb.
And I understand using a mic to work out jokes, but I'm like, y'all have nothing.
Yeah.
You just.
I usually hate when people shit on the venue, but you did it funny.
What did I say?
You were like, so this is what it is, huh? Monday night in South Austin, huh? Great. Look around. This is it. It was it was kind of meta. Like we were all there and we all knew it sucked already anyway, and you just kind of said what everybody was thinking.
Well, I can't believe they turned that room into a comedy club.
Yeah, they turned into a comedy club for about 8 months.
Oh yeah, it's gone. I
Yeah,
never
huh?
went to it.
No, a friend of ours ran a show for a while there.
Yeah, Dave
Pat
Borowski
Soroy's.
went to that.
Who?
Yeah, Pat Soroy's. He ran the show there. What was it? It's
Saturday
called Saturday Pint
Pint
Live.
Is he Peasy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Peasy.
I
yeah.
was literally hanging out with him last night. I love
Oh,
that
nice.
guy.
No, he's great.
He's
Yeah, he had
great.
Dave
Yeah,
on.
we've done
Dave
it for like
Borowski.
12 years. Yeah.
Dude, he's one of the OGs.
Me and him
right
did stand up in 2011.
there. Aw, Peasy TX.
Yeah, I had an open mic at the Cedar Door downtown, the second in Lavaca. They gave me the whole back room,
Yeah.
and they gave me 10% of the bar. So I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
drink up, everybody.
Fuck yeah. That's
Toast
awesome.
between every set. Raise your glass. Just take one sip.
To the drunks.
Yeah. 2011 Austin comedy scene was way.
Tell me
different.
about that.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God. It was cool.
That was 13 years
I mean,
ago.
Yeah.
Every
It's
10
smaller.
years, the people from 10 years ago go, it was better 10 years ago.
Sure.
But,
That's always happening.
you know, because the scene felt like the scene that was cool when you were 20-something, and now you're not cool anymore. So it doesn't feel cool anymore because
Well,
you're
let me
old.
ask you this. I feel like I know a lot of old Austin people, and I'm friends with a lot of them because I never understood why some people were stubborn about, claiming territories or whatever with like the new scene or whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel like the old scene seems a little more left leaning. A lot of the comics would you agree with that?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't do my old set anymore now.
Yeah.
But it's all about like fat chicks. But that was just, I was trying to make my dad laugh basically. Like that's his favorite shit is like girls with big butts stuff.
Yeah.
So that's just how I was raised. And I was like, maybe this will work. And it
That was
wouldn't-
very body positive.
It
of
wouldn't
you.
fly now.
I don't. But overall, because I mean, we were all just like Obama people, right? 12 years ago.
Yeah.
But
It's different now.
But
Things are different
Yeah.
now.
Right.
Yeah.
with Rogan and everybody coming down and all that. But
I'm just saying politically, like Obama does not mean like a Biden supporter. I'm just
Right,
saying
right,
like,
right,
yeah,
yeah.
that's that
Yeah.
shit.
I mean, I've never seen anybody in the Austin scene get canceled for content, just for lying about credits.
I
Well, no, the guy
Everybody-
came out with the swastika on
dude,
his
that
chest.
Philip got in trouble. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, I think there's a cancel. Whatever, I don't care if people hear this. I think that people are. I've been here 3 years, and
We
I
have
think,
30 listeners, so it's nothing.
Oh yeah, they're gonna rat me out. I swear to God. I start listing everyone I hate. No, okay. There's a lot more laying down of the law now. If you get in trouble at Creek, you get banned from Sunset. You get banned from Sunset, you
Right.
get banned from Creek. You get banned from
it's trickle-down
Sunset, you get
economics.
banned from and this never existed before, and it's been the past 6 months, and it's really interesting to watch because I've been trying to rewire my brain and how I'm in the scene, because I don't need to go to all those mics at Last Stand Brewing to fucking get booked. That's not. I already have my name out there, and it's more focusing on content and stuff like that. But yeah, this whole everyone's out against them witch hunt kind of shit. Glad I'm not a part of it. I'm very glad to be at Roscoe's down the street, because
Roscoe's
it's
is
just
awesome.
gets a little toxic down there on 6th Street.
Yeah,
Well, we had
Ross
the guy who came out with the Nazi the swastika on his chest,
Philip.
and then everybody had to, and Creek in the Cave had to,
Well,
do
what
a big
happened?
thing.
What happened was, because I've been friends with him since he started comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not taking responsibility
I
for
have
this.
so many versions of the story. I want to hear this.
Well, what he did, he asked me a week before. He was like, "Audrey, how far is too far? How far is too far for banana phone?" I'm like, "Dude, fuck it."
Banana phone.
And then so, to my knowledge, what happened? I wasn't there, and I've, out of spite, not gone to Banana Phone since, because I think it's stupid how many racist, misogynistic, actually horrible people can do whatever the fuck they want there, and then he made one mistake, and then he's banned from 3 clubs.
Yeah.
That's retarded.
Yeah.
He did fuck up though. That's not a good idea, especially in
Was
the
it
environment
funny?
of.
What was the bit?
He's Indian, and he was trying to bring back the swastika to
okay.
Buddhism.
Okay.
But Amy Amy Shanker didn't like it because she's a Jew, and she was very upset by it.
anti-Semitism now than there ever has been before.
Wait, was this after October 7th?
So put a blue square
This
on your
was
Instagram.
a month or 2 ago.
Okay.
Yeah, so
All right.
it's bad. It's heated. We don't.
We're sensitive
Not the
right
best
now,
idea.
yeah,
Not
right.
the greatest idea on Philip's part.
Right.
And then there was a comic in the scene, and I don't like this route of making connections. He's newer to this scene. He recorded it and then showed the owner the video.
Oh.
Because he's not. I don't know. What are you gonna get from that, sir? Other than ruining this guy's shit.
10-minute mic spot.
Nothing. He got nothing from it. And I literally asked him, what are you gaining from this?
Yeah.
I just said it to his face because I'm like, I can't. I was so mad about it. I just couldn't hold it in any longer.
Yeah, no.
Because he posted it on his Instagram. Then Creek asked for him to take it down. Then he put it back up. I'm like, why'd you put it back up?
Mm-hmm.
You already took it down. You could have just not taken it
But there
down.
is a fervor here. There's
But-
much more of a fervor than there was 12 years ago because
These
there's
people
two
are
clubs.
so
It
immature.
was Velve and Capped 12 years ago. It doesn't, nobody cared. And it was
Yeah.
it's my buddy got in trouble for saying he was on Netflix and getting gigs in Corpus. And everybody here got mad at him. It was like, were you going to fucking go to Corpus? No. He didn't take anything from anybody.
Yeah.
He lied. He made a fake flyer with some MTV logos
That's
on it
funny.
and got some Valley
I
work.
want to do that.
You
That's why
weren't
you got
going to do
canceled
that.
for
I'm going to get
12 years.
JFL, and they're like, Audrey's bankrupt.
He was just smarter than you, and he lied on his resume
That's
like
hilarious.
everyone does, and he got work, and he's on cruise ships now with full rooms every night. It's
It
fine.
worked.
Yeah. Someone in showbiz lied. Oh my god, can't believe it.
Yeah, I mean, we're all shitty people. We're all shitty in our own special little way.
Yeah.
And I don't think ratting each other out, how is that? That's just, your karma's going to bite you in the ass, you
Very
know?
Very
childish.
cliquish.
Mom.
It doesn't have to be. I don't understand how so many people will focus on the click part of it than just writing a joke. Because the more you focus on circle jerking,
Yeah.
you're probably going to sound a lot similar to the people around you, too.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a voice.
I feel like getting canceled is just like freeze tag. Like tag, you're frozen for a couple months.
Oh, I wish someone would try to cancel me. I've had people try, and I'll just say yeah.
Yeah.
I did post that meme with the N-word on it. I didn't say it. This bitch got mad at me from high school because I reposted something with, it was like, when a nibba does this. And she's like, how dare you? And I'm like, bitch, I didn't. It's funny as shit.
We say Nazgul here because we're Lord of the Rings nerds.
Yeah.
What's up, my Nazgul?
Never seen it, never read it. I still need to see Lord of the
Do
Rings.
you have any
You never seen the
nerds?
movies? Wow.
Are you into any nerd stuff? Do you nerd out on anything?
I like Dune,
Nice.
and
Are you pumped for the new show, the Sisterhood show? They're
What?
making a show, a series. about the Bene Gesserit, the beginnings, like thousands of years ago.
I'm intrigued by that. I could watch that. I don't really watch a lot of TV.
Yeah.
I like to watch a lot of trash, like Hoarders.
Oh yeah.
Brainless. Yeah.
So
you get a lot of material for that.
Oh my god.
my favorites are 90 Day Fiance and My 600-Pound Life.
Dude, the My 600-Pound Life one. I remember being fat growing up, and then like I would put down the second Hot Pocket like while watching the show, and I'm like,
You have an intervention from the TV.
how do you get that fat? Like, at what weight?
Well, you have somebody helping you. Every single one of them
the
has
enablers.
somebody
Yeah.
I think it's
feeding
called.
them.
There's a name for it.
It's like feeders are the ones who are like into it as a
Stuffies.
fetish.
Yeah, I
or
remember
whatever.
seeing that guy that like it's always like a scrawny guy in a wife beater getting mad she can walk again.
Yeah.
He's like, and I'm like, she's barely getting to the kitchen. Like
Right.
she's not gonna leave you. Like she
there's
can't
a
make it
lot
that far.
Of East Coast people who moved here. I moved here with like 8 other people from Virginia
Really?
in 04. And then it just, we kind of advertised and a bunch more people came here.
Yeah.
And we had our own little East Coast contingent of...
My friend Munford from Richmond moved here right before me. And yeah, I saw him my first night out here, and I love him to this day. And no one's from Roanoke out here, and I like that because I like repping the South.
Was Roanoke the first colony? The first?
No, Jamestown was the
Jamestown
first
was the
colony,
first, right.
and the lost colony of Roanoke was actually on the coast of the Carolinas, and that's what people
okay.
talk
That was
about.
the
That's the one I was thinking
with the
of.
witches.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Roanoke is also a Cherokee name, and so that's where it's
Okay,
originated
yeah. So
from.
Roanoke was the one where everybody just disappeared.
Correct, and there was
Right.
a Croatan written on the...
Yeah, and there was an island or whatever.
Yes, yeah.
And
People go to that almost as much as the Salem thing over there.
Yeah, I've never been.
You haven't been to the Salem witch stuff or the Roanoke thing?
Both.
Just crystals. That's you stop there.
No. No, barely. I have like a few rocks or like crystals in my room, but it's like I don't know. They look pretty.
So you had an episode recently, and you were talking on stage. Roscoe's about the funny bit about you're not going to make any money off the crystal unless you stick it up your ass on OnlyFans or.
Oh yeah. And then I'm
Like I
trying
saw
to
you do it
work-
on your show, and then you did it on stage.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to like work out bits. Like
Yeah.
I get way more time on my fucking podcast than I do
Yeah.
at an open mic.
Practice
Right.
saying it into the mic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
I
like.
have an open mic here in my living
It's
room. yeah.
and I don't
Yeah.
have to wait 3 hours and get bumped
Yeah.
by shitty people.
And you'll see on TikTok how good these clips do, and you go, "Oh, that's pretty good." Apparently, according to the world of autism.
Right, that's how you get feedback. And the more people get mad at me, the more I like the more I'm happier with
Yeah.
what I'm
That was
putting
always
out.
my Facebook strategy. I quit Facebook years ago, but
Yeah.
especially during like the Hillary and Trump election,
Yeah.
I was like, I want to either piss both sides off or I
Yeah.
want to make both sides laugh.
Yeah.
During the insurrection, I kept my mouth shut all during COVID. All right, I
Mm-hmm.
was very careful with what I said because I didn't feel like having a lot of people in my inbox misunderstanding me. And
Peasy got us banned from YouTube for saying COVID stuff.
I said during the insurrection, I almost went. First of all, I almost went to January 6th because if I'm going to protest, I'm going to protest on federal property. You
Right.
know, like I'm going to fucking burn down the Capitol. Like oh my god,
In Independence
I didn't.
Day this
Not for Trump though. I'm telling you, like not for Trump. To
for
the microphone.
in service of chaos.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I would do,
like
yeah.
fuck the government.
Yeah.
But
I went to a bunch of protests in DC growing up, and
Yeah.
eventually I was like, I've been to 8 of these, and nothing's happening.
nothing's happening.
They don't care. If they
Dude,
cared,
that's what was
we
cool
had
about
to
the
say-
insurrection is that they went inside. Like that was
Yeah.
pretty badass. That's badass.
If they gave a fuck about us, things wouldn't be this way. They would have been.
yeah,
listening
going to your
already.
BLM marches and destroying black-owned businesses. That's counterintuitive in my opinion. Like just destroying the town that you're trying to uplift your community and then you're destroying it.
Well,
But
that
people were
didn't-
going stir crazy too, so it was an easy time for
yeah.
people to just
all that between I mean, I don't think that anybody really acknowledges that we'd been in lockdown for like 2 months,
Dude, yeah.
3 months. People were crazy. They just
Yeah.
needed and,
it was
and they were,
purposeful
it was hair trigger
manipulation.
shit,
It was
right?
intentional.
Right.
Like
We
because
were
they
calling
knew
each
they'd
other
get
like,
private
"I need to
crazy.
come over. I need to hang out with someone. Open your back gate. Put the
Yeah.
chairs 6 feet apart. Let's make a fire. Do something."
Yeah.
I worked at a grocery store during COVID and shit.
And January 6th was the same thing.
Yeah, so on my Facebook, I posted on like the same people that hate cops are wondering where they are.
Yeah.
Right.
And then people called me like a bootlicking Nazi, like a MAGA supporting. I'm like, I voted for Kanye.
I'm
first
sorry
of
for
all.
being a truth sayer. I'm just saying the truth, Joe.
My bad.
Yeah.
Drops mic, and I'm like, all right.
No,
So
I
tried.
was the same one. I was like, why aren't the Capitol cops just shooting them?
Because there was a regulation. There was something that was enacted from the BLM protests that
because there had been
Yeah.
They
BLM
changed-
stuff happening
it
around
was
them
because
before then,
of
right?
them.
Right.
They changed the
Yeah.
protocol,
Yeah.
and then so their enemies weren't getting punished the way they were because
Right.
of their actions actually doing something, and then they got mad, and it was
Yeah.
hilarious. to
Well,
me.
Then whenever Roe versus Wade got overturned, all of a sudden there were barricades and all that because that was the reaction from the January 6th thing. So,
oh my God, what a mess!
Starts
Yeah.
to touch your life, you get mad if something happens to you. It's easy to have government shit happen and go, well, nothing touched me, so I don't really care. It's probably not even real. They're probably lying until, video games start getting gay. And then I'm like, fuck that. They're coming after me now. It's touching my house.
Yeah, until the Transformers are non-binary.
yeah, we
and
got to
I'm
get
like,
rid of
fuck,
this DEI. Yeah.
This is affecting my life now.
Yeah.
Boeing, stop! Like, I want to fly.
That's one I haven't tried on stage yet. It was the guy, they threw him out the window and his head hit the ground and went boing.
That's fucking funny. Boing.
So yeah, I married a crystal girl. We've got crystals all over the house.
Oh, really?
And she's got a bunch of nice, like fancy, weird silver jewelry.
Oh, yeah.
And we went to a party with another girl who was a more intense crystal girl than
dear.
my wife. And she was like, that's a beautiful bracelet. Can I see it? And she held it and then she gave it back to my wife and goes, I charged it for you. And then my wife put it on and she was like, it's fucking bent. You bent my shit. That's not charging. You ruined my bracelet.
You ruined my beautiful jewelry.
So this girl put this on Reddit. My mom says this is a high frequency. Please tell her it's glass. She's wasting my dad's credit card money on this.
Yeah.
This is a very high frequency stone that can heal minds. Please tell her it's just glass.
No, so if it was healing your mind, you wouldn't be buying more and going batshit. All right, you're a batshit crazy person.
It's making you worse.
I'm actually getting to where I really love chick magic.
Yeah.
Whether it's crystals, astrology. Are you into astrology at all?
I mean, I believe, and like for example, like tarot cards. There's always going to be something that you can make. Your brain can wrap around and make about you.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like all the different or zodiac signs, I think that, yeah, there's going to be character traits that you can really
What
believe
Rouse
in
was
and
saying
stuff.
about girls, you have a cycle and there's a schedule.
Yes.
So it's easy to feel like things are happening for a reason.
Yeah.
Because of the move, you feel more the Mother Earth Gaia thing, Mother Nature.
Correct.
You're in tune with
Correct. Mother Nature,
the vibrations.
shit, the moon,
Yeah.
because it does like the eclipse happened and my pussy bled immediately.
Nice.
Immediately,
Yeah.
I was like, "What the
There's
fuck?"
darkness
like, that's
everywhere.
some witchcraft, dude.
His
I was like,
pants were dark.
Yeah.
The sky was dark.
You're just, am I God? Like, what?
What's the most
Control me.
magical thing you believe? Like, what's the thing that you believe that you don't really have any proof for?
I would say the craziest thing I do believe is that like reptilians exist.
Nice.
Like, I
like
believe that,
From,
or
like-
like demons. Like,
Oh.
I think that demons are very much alive and.
I like the Asian idea of that there's leftover energy, like someone was so pissed when they died that pissedness became its own
pissedness.
Yeah.
entity,
Yeah.
and those are just roaming around.
Oh, that's
because that's energy. It's
It's like
equal.
echoes of
absolutely
the
everything's
energy or
energy.
whatever. Yeah.
Everything's a vibration. Atoms are vibrating. These are
Einstein.
facts.
It's
You know
energy
Yeah.
that doesn't end.
exactly.
Like this,
Well, I feel that way
science
about like ghosts
behind
and
it.
stuff. I think that it's just rifts in the space-time continuum, and sometimes
Yeah.
our linear time just kind of Yeah.
Like there's some
a
type of
riff. Yeah.
conflation of like universe or something.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thoroughly believe in ghosts. I moved into my new house, and I have this mirror on my wall, and it's a feather, but there's different pieces that you have to put together.
Okay.
Which is funny because that's the only thing I bought to prepare to move here from Virginia was that mirror. And I was like, I'm ready. Like, Austin, here we come.
you're like the jerk. All I need is this yo-yo. don't
Dude,
need
where's my
you, I
rug?
don't need anybody.
I got my rug.
Ties the room
I'm your
together.
fucking rug, dude.
But yeah, so I put the mirror up, and just randomly these pieces of the mirror would fly off, and like it wouldn't make sense how they were falling off. Like I took physics, I know fucking.
Oh, you're Nikki Sixx. You brought the devil in your house.
Yeah.
But I
Start
told it
flying
to
around.
stop. I was like, I'm not moving. And then
Yeah.
like after a few days, it just stopped.
Okay.
You didn't
And I
rebuke
was
it in
like,
the name of the Lord or anything, just in
Fuck
the
no.
name of Audrey.
I just name of myself.
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
off. Like, oh,
You Illuminati did it.
yeah.
I've seen a bunch more of these psychedelic healing business cards around. I guess because things are getting more legal
I literally
now.
can't with people. I literally can't with people. It's like I'm so into psychedelics. I love psychedelics.
Yeah, hell
I
yeah.
love nature. I hate the people that make it their entire life.
Anytime I do psychedelics, I make
Right.
sure that
It's
my
so
room
annoying.
has my pillows ready with my favorite song paused and my favorite movie
My pillow
paused
guy.
and my pillow.
You're my pillow guy.
So I can go because there's a lot of stuff happens on that shit that's just about me.
Yeah.
And if I go too far in myself, I just need to go to my room.
Sure.
There's no reason to involve. But at a certain point, there's no reason to involve everybody else.
Oh my God, no.
You start jabbering with somebody, and you're both talking about something completely different. And
No,
if
they're
you
not
write
on. It scares me when they're not on the same wavelength as me
branch off.
sometimes. Yeah. I'm
And
like,
if you write it down and read it the next morning, you're like, "This was all bullshit." Like I probably shouldn't have written it down. I should have just had the moment.
I
and
remember
that was
writing
it.
down, I can't get closer to the sun if I roll down the window. Because I tried to roll down the window to get closer to
Some
it.
Jaden Smith shit. Real lies, real lies, real lies.
Beyond the making psychedelics your hope, I've kind of reached that point with Seth Rogen. I don't know if you've seen how
He's
like
annoying, dude.
insane he is about weed. I'm like, come on,
Shut
dude.
the fuck
You're
up.
47 years old. It's time to not.
No, he obviously
have
just
something
doesn't
else.
have anything. Like, he's lacking substance in a way.
I just
and
don't like Canadians. I'm racist against Canadians. I can't stand them.
Jason Rouse is
I think
Canadian.
they're fucking funny. They are funnier than us, but I'm jealous.
Not
and
all
I'm
of them. I like the
upset.
deadpan of some of them,
I mean,
like
like-
Sam Walker. But yeah, fuck Seth Rogen. I
mean-
fucking and what's up with like these comics that used to be fucking savages going like I don't know, just becoming like libtards. in a way.
It's their
What
bubble.
happened?
It's the bubble that they're
Like
in.
Sarah Silverman, what happened to her?
They're in that Hollywood bubble, is what it is.
But
Everybody
what do
around
they?
them-
They eat a pill and then it's just like they completely switch
Somebody got a
everything.
hold of
Like
them.
she said hard R on her comedy album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did blackface on the Sarah Silverman
Yeah.
program. It's just I think it has to do with like the algorithms that they're getting through their phone screen and what all their friends
I can't see
around
them being
are.
that
It's-
mentally weak. I think they kind of, I feel like, and this is just my theory, I feel like some people just make sacrifices, or maybe it is like they just get surrounded in a completely.
It's like a feedback loop. I think.
absolutely,
Yeah.
like an echo chamber of
Right.
sorts where that's just normal now. But
There's-
how do you not remember who you are?
Yeah. How do you? Well, so I've said this on the podcast before. Is after the George Floyd thing happened, right?
Yeah.
All of the TV shows started removing anything that had to do with anything that could be considered racist. So Tina Fey removed some episodes of 30 Rock. She pulled down some episodes that
remember
had John
that.
Hamm in blackface, and and the whole point was how horrible blackface is. Anytime that anything in Hollywood has done blackface in the past 30 years, it's been look how horrible blackface and racist it is, and that's
Yeah.
the joke, right? But she pulled those down, and the statement that she made was basically like, it doesn't matter what the context is. It doesn't matter what our intent is. This is wrong, and we have to do the work. And she started
Does-
saying all the
better.
buzzwords, you know? I think that just letting everybody on the internet has made everybody retarded,
Yeah.
regardless of politics.
Well, Bill Burr said that.
It was the
thing-
corporations buying the internet.
Yeah.
That's what fucking did it. When the internet was free, and I don't even remember those days.
I am from the internet. I am from the classic internet.
I was the ISIS beheading era. That was me.
Right.
I was the ISIS beheading girl. I was on Kick. I was friends with people that are now convicted pedophiles in prison on the internet, and now I'm here. Yeah, that was like I feel like the end of an era.
Yeah, you
The
probably
ISIS
caught the
beheadings.
very end of.
I sure did. Like 4chan and shit. Like I
Yeah.
got a little bit of
Yeah.
4chan.
Bill Burr said this thing about these are not public statements. These are not press releases. We're doing stand-up comedy. Where these are jokes. They're not for like. I'm not making an official statement here. I'm
Yeah.
trying to make people laugh.
Yeah,
That should have been an official statement when he said that. That was serious and important for him to say.
absolutely.
Like we're not
Cat Williams is one of I'm just so glad
truth sayer.
he fucking reminds me that I'm not crazy. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's kind
Right.
of crazy, but he does a 300 push-up. How many was like 3 million push-ups a day or something? I do 3 million push-ups a day.
Okay, Cat.
All right, I believe you.
Like him and Tracy Morgan and Harlan Williams, where I'm like, do you know you're doing a character, or are you?
No, that's him.
Are you that guy?
That's fucking
Right.
him.
Right.
Or is this an Andy Kaufman thing, or is this real?
That's totally
Right,
him.
yeah.
That's totally him, and that's what's so great about him.
Yeah, I'm all this.
You can tell he's got God on his side.
I woke up
Right.
like this.
A
He's
couple
got God on his
a couple
side,
months ago, Kurt Metzger did the rounds of all
Yeah.
the podcasts and all that, and he's way into all the crazy conspiracy stuff, and he started ranting and raving and talking about all the different things that he believes. And I was like, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. I was like, uh-oh. But I just don't take it to the Charlie with the whiteboard with all the pins and all that kind of stuff or whatever. But it's really weird to watch Kurt Metzger wild-eyed crazy going all over the place. And I'm like, I know exactly what you're talking about. I know every little point that you're making. I've heard it all. I'm too online. I'm too plugged in, I feel like.
The line for crazy moved. It used to be they call conspiracy theorists tinfoil hat people until a bunch of those conspiracies came true. And then we were like, okay, maybe those people weren't crazy.
Do you know how many people get mad at me? Or every time I mention Alex Jones, they say gay frogs and Sandy Hook.
Yeah.
He apologized at Sandy Hook. And the gay frog thing is true.
Yeah.
And I am so like, it's just like, I'm not fucking crazy. And y'all are crazy for not listening to me ever. And y'all are crazy for having the same two concepts.
See, look, they're trying to do to your microphone. They're trying to.
Hey, oh, dude, seriously, it's the
Yeah.
reptilian. There's this one account I follow. You have to check it out at some point. It's called Is It Flat?
Nice.
2. And it's this guy who takes pictures of like celebrities and stuff, and he can draw out the reptilian that's taking over their body.
Nice.
Okay.
It's fucking worth it.
You can see
I
the
think
extra
I think he
eyelid.
can see the demons. He can see the demons because like he'll draw out the teeth and then I can start seeing them. I can start seeing demons on people. I think that's the craziest thing that.
Okay, so that's your chick magic. That's what you're into.
I don't think Kurt Cobain killed himself.
No.
You can't kill yourself with.
He interviewed the guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
You interviewed Kurt Cobain?
No, I interviewed Tom Green, the investigator that Courtney Love hired.
Tell me more.
I was going to Nova. I was sitting in class with my British music magazine because I was an Oasis nerd back then.
Oi.
And they were like,
Oh, I love Oasis.
come up with your synopsis for your research project right now. It's due. And I was like, fuck, I didn't do that. So all I had was this NME magazine. And I opened it and it said, who killed Kurt? Courtney Love's investigator speaks. And I was like, I guess this is what I'm doing my paper on. We had Prodigy dial-up internet. I found the investigator. He published his whole findings. I called him. I got to my mom, gave me permission. I was like 17 to make like a long distance phone call. And I called him and he talked to me. I was like, how come the only place I'm reading about this is in British magazines and on the internet? And he was like, Courtney Love can't sue those entities. They're not. She has Trent Reznor behind her back, David Geffen. Anybody that says anything
Fucking
gets
cunt.
slander. His suicide note changed subject matter and handwriting halfway through. You can't shoot yourself with a long shotgun with your Converse on. You need to do it with your
tried.
Yeah. I know a guy.
Wow.
So my window popped out on the highway the other day. On Mopac on Thursday.
That was just a wild transition. Like,
No, it was the Illuminati. We're still talking about the
Speaking
Illuminati.
of Kurt Cobain
Courtney
was
Love
murdered.
punched my window in. Like,
No, I thought I got shot also.
holy
This
fuck.
pertains to
Yeah. Okay.
But I was going to 85
Yeah.
in the left lane, not the rich people lane, but the one next to it.
Sure.
And it was next to the military base, and then my back
Camp Mabry.
passenger window just went pop. And there was an impact spot in the bottom left. There's nothing in my car. I looked for a rock or a bullet.
Yeah.
It could have been pressure. It could have been I was going too fast. It could have been it was rainy. I don't know.
Yeah, that's never happened to you before, though. So it's like, why would that?
No, and those cars are supposed to be like
What
off-road
the
nature
fuck?
cars. Like
Did you
tempered.
get hit by any glass or anything?
No, and that's what. Okay, so all my Christian family and neighbors were like, "Oh, you were blessed. You didn't get hurt. The car didn't flip over. It didn't hit the tire." I was like, "No, I would be blessed if this shit didn't happen."
Never happened to
right.
begin with.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
you're lucky when.
I
nothing
know y'all want to
happens.
count y'all blessings all the time, but shut up. Let me just talk about this.
I was like when a cop pulls you over and goes, "It's your lucky day. I'm giving you a warning."
I'm like,
"It's my
bitch, fuck
lucky
you.
day."
You wasted my time. I'm late to work.
I'd be home now if it was my
You're lucky I
lucky
didn't
day.
steal your fucking gun.
Yeah, pay me back that 12 minutes that you were sitting looking at my plate, right?
Here's another hippie pet peeve. I hate when people call their rooms their space. I don't want that energy in this space right now. I mean, you know,
Yeah, I don't
it
like
is
the
like that
space.
in comedy clubs. You feel the bad energy. You're like, maybe this, but it's not.
You
Don't turn it
say
into like
well,
some,
they're the toxic ones. Whenever someone says that, they're usually the worst person. They're like, this energy is. And I'm like, no, you're a bitch.
My
Like,
COVID bubble is
we
now-
don't like you. The energy's bad because no one likes you.
My 6-foot COVID bubble is now an inner sanctum, and it's where I meditate, and I don't want your energy in my space.
Oh, just go home. I don't know. Like, if you don't want this energy around you, just leave me out of it. Like, it just.
Well, there's, you get in a, when you're getting ready to go on stage, you don't want to hear certain bullshit. I had a friend come up to me and talk to me how his dad was dying before I did the Baker Street thing, and I was like, I'm next. You're being a dick
Thanks
right now.
for the.
Thanks
pep
for the
talk.
vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I had another guy call me at work, and he was like, what are you doing tonight? And I was like, I'm actually leaving work in 5 minutes to go do stand-up. And he was like, anyway, I hate this, and this shit about this job.
Cool.
And I was like,
Thanks.
Now I got to start all over.
Raping your vibe. I call it, bitch, don't rape my vibe.
There's flamenco dancers. They get into like a Holy Ghost trance when they're about to do that dance.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, you trying to get into that.
You get in your
Totally.
zone.
I
get
get
in your space.
I
in your
get
head
bothered
space.
all the time. Believe it or not, being a young woman in comedy, I get bothered a lot. And I'll try to listen to a set, and I'll be out in public, like at a bar, waiting on a mic, and the amount of people in 3 minutes that will come up to me with my earbuds in and be like,
reading your thing
and I'm like,
with your book.
I'm trying to listen to this, and then they get butthurt, and I'm like, I can't. You just leave me alone or the people that interrupt, like they'll just stare at a conversation.
That's a red flag. I don't start even being friends with those people anymore.
Holy shit! I've done it on acid on accident before, where I've just been like tripping balls, and I'm just like just weirding people out. But I'm like, you do this every day.
Yeah,
like, how can you do that?
A certain amount of interrupting that you can see somebody clearly doesn't give a shit about anybody else.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
And they don't have any awareness. Like they just like.
And it's about how you're raised. It's common courtesy. It's Southern courtesy, I guess. I have no idea. But
I think it's like a Christian, maybe like a Southern thing, like maybe
this
a
is
mix
us
of
grasping
that.
at straws to try to get something good from our upbringing.
Right.
Sure.
I've been raised
Yeah,
to be
seriously.
seen and not heard.
I was
Be
Mormon,
unnoticeable.
like I'm just taught how to be nice, like
Please let me glean
polite.
something good from this bullshit that they put me through when I was little.
Yeah, please give me something good out of 6 days a week of church for 4 years.
All right, let's take a break here real quick because
Sure.
I got to go to the restroom, and
Get a
we'll be
beer.
right back.
I've been under attack. I've been gaslit. I've had secret federal filings filed on me that I'm committing crimes, referred to the Justice Department, which of course wasn't true. We'd already filed it in federal court months before. They don't even check this shit. If you're going to fucking frame somebody and fucking lie about them to goddamn federal court with the fucking know it's already filed in the goddamn court, you bastard. So fuck you. And fuck anybody else that tries to go on with your shit. You want fucking war, you fucking got it. I told you one more fucking lie, and I was going to do this, all right? I tried to sustain this place. I didn't believe America was as corrupt as this. I didn't believe we were this fucked, and we are this fucked. This country is administratively got a bunch of scum in charge of it. And that's why it's going down the tubes, and America and the whole world sees it. So you misjudged who I am, and any of your minions misjudged who I am, and you have no idea. No idea. So go ahead, try to jerk off some operation to shut the doors here and do that and prove everything I said. It doesn't matter. And I don't sit there and make threats. I make promises. I haven't had time yet to dig it out of my phone, but I will. And you will, at the end of the day, know that Alex Jones, the American patriot, defeated your evil ass.
A few moments later.
End of the day, we're gonna beat these people. I'm not trying to be dramatic here, but it's been a hard fight. These people hate our children. Just take more calls. Go ahead, do the next person.
And we're back.
We got goats to fuck.
Yeah, we're very busy going to West Virginia and fucking all the goats.
Oh no, all my goats were. We had a lot of incest goats on my farm because we had one dude and he fucked his daughter and then he fucked his granddaughter and then the granddaughter pushed out 2 little double incest goats and one of them looked like a demon and the other one was stillborn.
It's a real West Virginia farm.
Regular
That's what it
Virginia.
is, Virginia.
You,
well,
oh
it
my
was
god!
a West Virginia
no,
farm.
fucking stop saying West Virginia. They left the Confederacy to be.
When you tell people you're from Virginia, do they think like West
I
Virginia?
have a whole joke about it. It's so fucking annoying to
Same.
me because I did not add an extra word.
Well, it used to be one state before it broke in half over there.
Yeah, and I stay true to my. I know what I believe in.
Stay true to our heritage.
I love how they leave. They're like, slavery's bad, but I'm like, but y'all fuck each other. Like, we just want to fuck our brothers in peace.
So you went to multiple colleges, and you said you went for political science.
Political science and environmental science.
Nice.
Yes, I went to Virginia Wesleyan University, and I also went to Virginia Western as well.
Did you have a good time in college?
I
went to a lot of those. We spent a lot of time in the mountains driving around Radford, Blacksburg.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I wasn't doing college. I was just doing me. I had a threesome that caused a divorce. I was living in my car over the summer on the beach. I was DJing and rapping and going to these studios and doing cocaine with these random strangers. And yeah, I was getting in a lot of trouble.
I ran a barn rave in Lynchburg.
Oh,
Everybody got sick the next day from the kicking up the hay. So it was Liberty. They went around with a
Yeah.
Q-tip and checked everybody's nostrils for black boogers. Because
Oh,
everybody that
Jesus.
was at the party had black boogers.
Yeah.
Oh my
So they were
god,
testing
that's crazy.
And everybody that went to the party, and they were trying to get me. They were trying to line dance to the Fat Boy Slim, and I was like,
Oh,
"Stop that!
no.
Stop that!
No, let's
Don't
not
do
do
that.
that. Nuh-uh.
That's
Don't
what
do
kicked
that
up
here.
all the damn hay dust. Is them
Holy
dancing in
fucking
unison.
hell! I could not. I would go to Mormon dances, and they would make us do these culty like routines. They would make us like learn a dance routine and shit.
Everybody stands on a bed and one person shakes it, so it's like soaking.
Do not get me started
The
with that
soaking
shit.
of
I didn't know
dancing.
what soaking was until I moved here, and I'm like, I guess I'm not a real Mormon, huh?
I think that's a more recent Mormon development, like in the past
I
few years.
think
right?
it's just. I think.
or is it like the Tide Pods?
You
of
know what?
Mormon?
I think it's like an inside. I think it's a psyop. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I think it's just retarded. And I think anyone who is actually soaking is fucking and
Yeah.
you're gay because you have a guy shaking a bed for
Right.
you.
Yeah,
That's
that's
gay.
the threesome.
Right.
That's gay. That's
The
a
devil's
gay
threesome.
threesome.
Yeah.
Like you're not even, it's not even the devil's like laughing at you because you're not even, you have a guy stuck under a bed and
Yeah.
then
He gets to watch.
that's the strangest cuck I've ever heard of. Like a monster under a bed. He's just jerking off and shaking the bed. That's what he's doing. Yeah, that's how
He's
he
gonna
shakes
end up
the
with a
bed.
jumping on the bed fetish.
So whenever you stuff the sexuality down far enough, eventually it just comes out like in weird sorts of gay, right?
They told us in Baptist church that Mormonism was a cult, and I was like, why? And they were like, they added extra books to the Bible, 2 extra books, and I was like, so we're 2 books away from being a cult ourselves then.
Yeah, we did. And
Minus
we
2
are,
books.
the American government does identify us as a cult.
Still?
Yeah, I think
Wow.
so. I think
You
so.
still identify as a Mormon?
The fucking church still has my address
Oh,
and all
okay.
my personal information, so
Ooh.
technically I'm still in the system.
Nice. Yeah, I haven't believed in anything since then. I think
Yeah, I
believing
did
in stuff
DMT
is
at 15 and I still had to go to church every day. Fuck.
How are you getting DMT in Virginia? God damn it! I could only
Oh,
get
I
like
knew.
MDMA.
Oh my god, I was selling mushrooms, cocaine, acid, smoking DMT.
Couldn't find nothing out down there. I wish I knew your family. You guys were like an hour away from.
Oh, I was cool. I
Coulda
was
hooked
hanging out
my
with the
barn
cool
rave up.
kids. I would drive out to DC and get legal weed. I would steal my mom's car, go to DC, get weed, bring it back, sell it.
Did you go to church camp?
I went to a Mormon girls camp, and they tried to isolate me into my own cabin one year because they were like, Audrey's a bully. And then the other Mormon girls would be, she's just kidding. Like,
Comedian.
because I made this grown man cry when I was 10.
Nice.
And he remembers it to this day. He was like one of the church leaders.
That's a credit. You
But I was
should
like,
put that
Jenny
on your
Craig's
flyer.
not working, eh? Or like flicked his stuff.
You should put that credit on your flyer for your next show. Made a
Holy
grown man
shit.
cry when I was 10.
Yeah, dude. And it's just like there were so many homeschooled kids. I was just like, y'all are too happy and too innocent. I don't know why I know this, but I'm gonna give y'all hell.
I homeschooled second half of junior year and senior year because I was not doing high school properly, and they were like, "You're just using it as a networking device."
I love how they let you go to college after you weren't doing high school properly, and they're like, he'll do college, right? Like,
it took 6 periods of high school to coordinate the rave for the weekend because there were no phones or internet, so it was all note passing
Holy
and
shit,
meeting at
I
the
love
lockers
that.
between.
That's
and
so
it was all
Analog, yeah.
in
Yeah.
Baltimore, so we had to lie who's going to sleep over, whose mom's
Paper
going to
text.
say we're all over there, and who's going to drive, lights, drugs, records.
got to get the story down.
Yeah.
You have to get the
Everybody
story
else
down. When I was 18, we rented out. I used someone's fake ID to get a hotel room, and then there was like a motel with like 2 rooms attached to each other, and there was like a weed bathroom, and then there was like cocaine in another room. It was crazy, but like if one person had their
Puff
story
Daddy
wrong,
room. There's
Yeah,
always a
we
P
were all
Diddy room.
It all fell apart. Yeah, it's like
no, we were all underage. So,
Did you watch Diddy's apology today?
well, he's been dead. They killed him. They sacrificed him in Guantanamo Bay like a
Oh,
few
nice.
months ago.
He's
So
an android. It's been going on since November. He's like Trump.
no, he's
Like,
been dead.
go to
I
jail
swear to
or not?
God. Like I heard someone talk about this, and I am 90% sure he's been dead.
Okay.
That he was a martyr for the community.
Nice. Courtney Love killed him.
Yeah. Kurt Cobain killed P. Diddy.
So you said something about doing meditation too. Do you still do that at all?
When I started DMT, I was meditating quite a bit back then, but I have not meditated in a long time. I think I use writing as a form of meditation,
Okay,
or like
that sounds
working
like it.
out,
Yeah.
and music. But I
Anything
can't
that
just
you can
sit
stay
down.
awake. I try to breathe and think about nothing. I've passed
I can't
out every time.
I fucking can't think about nothing.
You think about breathing and then you're like, I'm breathing weird.
Well, now I'm thinking about breathing, and like, you know,
What am I doing with my hands?
yeah.
I think it's good. Like, I think it's obviously I probably could make my brain like empty if I really tried hard,
Yeah.
but I don't want to. Like, I like all the things. Up
Yeah,
there.
my brain is too cool.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm vibing. Yeah, like
I
No,
like
I
that
like
universe that's in there.
Yeah,
Right?
it's really pretty.
No, I like the idea of using something that engages your brain as a meditation. If you
Oh,
go into
yeah.
the flow state or whatever you call that, fugue.
I used to run like a long distance with my dad, and the longest I ever ran was 17 miles. But like I would use running to just really think and stuff, and I think that's amazing.
Eventually, you just enter a zone. Like before COVID, I'd gotten up to where I ran 10 miles.
Nice.
And eventually, it's just like you were there. You were in a place.
Yeah, you're not
right?
suffering anymore. Your foot might hurt a little bit, but you don't notice it. There might be a hill or something, but it's really good to clear your head.
And it kind of turns the volume down on everything when you're not
running.
running.
Like you have
like the whole rest of the day you're like, oh, everything's just kind of a little bit turned down. Like it doesn't bother me as much,
Absolutely. And it's interesting. It's really interesting how just going outside or clearing your head can just affect everything in your day.
So I need to talk to you about bucket hats. We're gonna jump around.
Yo, I stole a bucket hat today at Whole Foods.
Nice.
Someone left a bucket hat on the ground, and I was like, "That's mine now."
Free bucket hat.
Dude, free bucket hat.
Yeah.
Checkered print. So cool.
So I told you I was an Oasis nerd. Before that, it was Stone Roses. So we're all about the bucket hats.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find like the one with the lemons all over it.
Yeah.
The drummer from the Stone Roses hat. The only one I found was at the beach because I have a huge dome, so I had to find like a bigger one.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah. I'm trying to hide it. But so yeah, I can't order it from Amazon. I was looking at where you got yours and the Kangles and all that stuff. I can't. You have an Adidas one, the black one.
No.
It's a hat show now.
No. So I have one that my homie Victor gave me, and then the other one, the company Grav made it. They're a local Austin.
Yes, that's
company.
what it said on there. The black.
Yeah,
one.
it's a weed company.
Tell me if you know if they have extra large.
I'll hit them up.
What's Alec? Who's the comedians or the celebrities that their heads grew real big all of a sudden?
What?
Alec Baldwin, all of a sudden his head grew. He had a normal size head.
Did it? Oh no, that's Ozempic, man. That's it. Ozempic is making everyone because if you lose a shit ton of weight at once, your face fat doesn't catch up. I love how I'm explaining
okay.
it to you. But it's Oprah, she fucking already has a big ass head. Her head looks bigger. Also, that bitch is like eating baby blood or something. She looks way too young.
She takes the Capri Sun straw.
She looked older in the 80s.
Yeah, she did.
What are you doing?
It's
and
that,
I know
it's
she's
that
evil.
Billionaire shit.
Oh,
yeah.
I know she's evil.
She's on that billionaire shit.
She liked Mother Teresa. What was Mother Teresa into do? Child trafficking.
There's a bunch of big comedians and Post Malone that all are like, how'd you lose the weight? Oh, I stopped soda. No, you didn't.
Ozempic.
Yeah, it's don't
And the
lie,
thing
lie.
is, if you get off of Ozempic, all that weight comes back.
Yeah, because all it does, it's a temporary fix, right? It just makes food stop tasting good.
It's so scary how rapidly you lose weight that it's like, are you going to wither into nothing?
I'm afraid of the side effects.
Does
I
it
know
tighten
there's
your
got to be
skin
some
at the same
shit.
time?
There's got to be some shit with that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like my friend, she kind of had the jitters a little bit on it. Yeah. And I know that she couldn't eat, and eating is good for you. So
yeah,
I feel like people.
You were saying about meditation. Go outside.
Yeah.
Eat right and exercise. Pray, say your prayers.
Everyone wants to find a
vitamins.
shortcut, and it's just like y'all are gonna die.
Taking a walk is nice. Taking a walk, having a salad makes me feel good every time. Every time I have fast food, I feel like a bucket of shit.
A piece of shit.
And every time I have a salad, I'm like, I'm a good person for some reason. All
yeah, I did good today. I haven't said a single slur.
So I was laughing about how that song "All My Exes Live in Texas." Like my dad and his friends played that for me when I was like 10. They were like, "This is fucking hilarious." They rhymed X's with Texas. This is what comedy used to be. Somebody was like, "Yeah." So I started making other ones like "All My Virgins Live in Virginia."
Yeah.
All the trans are on the Transcontinental Railroad.
Yeah, we liked it because he said Sweet Eileen's in Abilene, and that's where I'm from. So he said our city's name.
Hey, that's us.
But I lived in such a small shitty town that nobody ever talked about. That any time it got a mention, we were like, "Oh my god,
fuck yeah,
oh
we
my
made
God.
it." Yeah. That's cool.
That was comedy 50 years ago. All my exes live in Texas. That's hilarious. Oh my god. So do you know who those three girls were on the front row of Roscoe's? That was the whole crowd besides who I brought the other Tuesday. They were angrily crossed arms, scowling
I don't
at
know
everybody.
why.
They were teachers, right?
Maybe, or the bachelorette party or something.
Yeah, something. And it's just like, I did a show at Dave & Buster's on Thursday, and
the Northman?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was really fun. And
crowd?
Yeah, it was a mainly black crowd. It was pretty good. It was like maybe like 50 people there, maybe
Okay.
more.
I wish they do here. There's a new Dave and Buster's, Sal.
Nice. Yeah, it's the north one, but this woman had a baby in the carrier
Yeah.
front row. And there was another family there, and the kids were like, whatever, doing whatever. But so the comics were like, fuck damn kids, or like, just saying their shit. And this bitch picks up her carrier, stands up, is like, fine, I'll leave then. And I'm like, you should have left. Like, why are you at a Dave and Buster's with a baby that can't even play Dance Dance Revolution? Like, is this kid?
When has there ever been a stroller at any comedy, anything ever? No.
It's like, I understand you wanting to do something, and it's hard being a new mom, whatever. You're bored, bitch. You can't bring a baby to a front row of a comedy show and expect not to be called out.
Everybody's gonna play with that, and that's fun.
Yeah, I won't touch your baby, but I'll play with you.
So, you have a bit of a biblical education background.
Sure, yeah.
You might be able to help me with this joke. I'm not gonna stop talking about this joke until we get it right.
Okay.
It's been like 4 episodes so far.
All right, that's fine with me.
So you know how time went backwards until Jesus was born?
Yeah,
And then it went down to 0 and then back up?
yeah.
So the payoff of the joke is supposed to be somebody going, God damn it, Jesus, I'm a pedophile now because you got born. So
And
it
now
has to
she's
be
0
something
years
about a
old,
girl
right?
being, or someone being a certain number of years old, and then when time went down and started back up.
It's like this one guy didn't know that time like reversed,
Yeah.
and so he got like arrested, like. And
like,
then he's like,
"She's
"What?"
18."
Like, and you're like, "She's underage, you fucking freak! Don't you know?" Like,
Said she was 18. Well, time started over.
that was
so she's
yesterday,
actually
idiot.
16
Yeah.
now. Time's going the other way now, so now you're a bugger. Or maybe Jesus had to be born to save all of the youth group leaders from getting harassment charges.
Yeah.
To start time over, so that the kids were now older instead of younger.
Can he do it again?
Jesus.
Do it again.
When he comes back, he's supposed to come back. He's gonna reset everything again, right?
Yeah, is he gonna be a baby?
Yeah, I remember. I was raised in church, and then we started seeing the Mormon commercials, and
Oh
they
my
were
God.
like, the commercials were like, "Did you know that Jesus came
Went
to
to
America
yes.
and talked to the Indians?"
Oh my god!
And we're like, "What? That's amazing!"
It's a good way to get you in.
It's like some good fan fiction, right?
Oh my
Yeah.
god, it's so dumb. It's like, so the Book of Mormon is about the tales of the natives
Well, then
and
Nephi
the
or some
Americas,
shit, or-
the Nephites, the Lamanites,
Yeah.
and then I think the Lamanites were the barbarians, but they were like very savagely, like it's very anti-native, like they just kind of like make these people out to be beasts and shit, and it kind of there's a lot of not even just underlying racism, but there's quite a bit of racism.
Well, I mean, that's because the guy who made it all up is a white
racist.
dude from the north. From
Magicians.
yeah, right.
He lived
And
on
he
a
was
rock
total
farm.
con artist.
He lived on a farm where they farmed
Yeah.
rocks.
Have you ever seen the South Park episode about
Yes,
the Mormons?
absolutely.
Dum 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 dum.
You know they're both ex-Mormon, Matt and Trey.
Well, they
Yeah.
they grew up around them at least because they're from Denver and they're from like a really conservative part of Denver.
I thought they were ex-Mormon, like actually ex-Mormon.
I think
though.
that they just had like all their best friends were Mormons growing
Damn.
up or whatever.
Man, I might be
Because
might
they-
have been
they have
lying
a-
for my whole life.
They have a really really good knowledge of like how the Mormons. And then have you seen the Book of Mormon?
I still haven't
play?
seen the Book of Mormon. And
It's
I
my
want
favorite
to
play.
so
It's
bad.
my favorite play I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah,
it's
I
so
feel like
funny.
I'm gonna love it.
Yeah.
I have another bit I need you to help me with. Somebody listened to this show on TikTok and said, this is fever dream content, and I love it. So I guess it's okay that we jump around.
Do
a
it.
lot.
I'm
They're
fucking
not-
down for it, man.
So I was trying to write a bit about how the border, they need to close it the same way they do like at the mall when they're putting in a new store. Just put some drywall in and say, like, excuse our mess.
Coming soon.
Like we're not like we're just renovating. This is not the place you heard it was. It's not so great here that everybody needs to be rushing in. Like maybe we're broken right now and we're closed for repairs.
You know what they should do?
Not permanently. I'm not trying to kill anybody. I'm just saying give us a second.
Yeah, yeah. I think they should do like a fake tunnel.
Yeah.
That's like painted on a wall.
Like the
Wild
coyotes.
Coyote.
Just
And then everyone just fucking
splatter guts of Mexicans everywhere all over.
and Haitians and everyone else. Because I was in Mexico last year, and I was doing a show in Laredo, but I went over the border, bro. They had a whole line of just Haitian people, and I thought they were like segregating
Yeah.
the lines. I was like, why are all the blacks in this line? Like, I was worried, but they were all from Haiti, and it's like the amount of Haitians that are coming over the border is fucking insane. It's
Well, watch Donald Trump be the guy who paints the tunnel on the wall. He's like, "Aha, this will get him."
well,
And then
he
they're
built
like the
part of the
Roadrunner.
wall, so like he could do it.
Yeah.
But they're like the Roadrunner, the part where the coyote paints the thing and the Roadrunner goes through it.
Anyway,
and the coyote tries to go through it and he like bounces off of it. Watch that be what happens with the.
Or the black dudes will just jump the.
They were bred that way, right?
Well, either yeah.
Oh,
So either
No, we've been talking about a radio guy in the '80s who got totally canceled and fired
Yeah.
for basically saying that the reason that black guys are good at basketball and they can jump really high is because we bred them that way.
so I looked it up. I did the research.
It's true.
I've been doing
Is it
my own
true?
research.
Is it
I read
true?
one article,
All right, that's enough.
but it was an account by a slave written of like actual forced, like the same way they did with the cattle.
There were
where,
auctions
like they
for
were
a
shoving
reason, and
their
people.
genitals into each other's,
Yeah.
making them like you jerk off the horse and get it ready, and then
I
shove it
fucking
into
believe it because they were trying to breed like the best workers, and it's so shitty that was ever.
The bit is that a wolf will look at a French pug and go, "Look what they've done to our people."
Yeah.
But a skinny, I am the captain now. What is
Like a Somalian
will
pirate
look
guy.
at an American huge slave and go,
Yeah.
"Oh, they actually, this is pretty cool."
Look at them! Look at them
Look at what
go!
they've done to our people. It's Wakanda. Now.
Okay, Kobe. Okay, LeBron.
They've bred us up instead of down.
Oh man.
I didn't do it.
You know what's ironic? Yeah, that the
just read a history thing.
black people were bred in slavery, right? And then we have the West Virginians fucking each other and
Yeah.
uglier.
Yeah. And the colonialists were inbreeding, and somehow they were successful with their crooked teeth at taking over the whole world.
Mm.
The monarchy. But yeah, either close for repairs or like go dark. Like you have friends who like get depressed and they're like, I'm not going to talk to anybody for a while. The assholes that announce they're taking a break from social media.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
It's time for you
I
to
like that.
recognize that I'm going away.
Yeah.
It's going dark. I'm going dark for a while.
Yeah, I like that.
Kind of like
that.
Wakanda. It's closed off.
Yeah.
I hate to say go dark and Wakanda in the same.
Forever.
And then I caught myself having a bad thought about this. I read 2 articles in a row where there's a traffic shooting and it was a Hispanic last name. So I was like, again, I should do the research before I make any assumptions. Let me look at all the recent traffic shootings and see what all their last names are from the news. It was Hernandez, Martinez, Smith, Spencer, Jones, White, all the rest of them. The Hispanic shootings in traffic were one guy. White people always shoot more than one person. So I was telling Donnie about that, and we were like, oh, maybe they got tired and they need a siesta after killing one person. White guys are out here shooting everybody. We're busy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think traffic shootings is always going to be one person, and then you can drive. How do you get caught in a traffic shooting
Jesus
anyway?
Christ.
You got a
I
getaway
don't
car.
drive away.
Yeah, you're in
Like,
your own getaway car already.
Fucking hell. Yeah. Well, the traffic's not moving, right? So you're just shooting each other.
That's why you're pissed.
You're stuck.
You need a pull string that covers your license plate.
Oh,
flap
yeah.
you
Those
down.
are cool. Like the Tesla things.
Yeah.
Like, how does that work? Like, how's that legal? For
Most
Teslas
of
to
what
just-
Tesla does is not legal.
Okay, that's
That's
true.
what we're finding.
But apparently Greg Abbott likes him so much that it's like, oh, if Tesla does it, it's fine.
He
Cool.
loves wheels. He loves anything with wheels on it. We were talking about Texas history here. All the kids here have Texas history, and they have a Texas Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah, I
and
heard
everything.
about that the other day.
We
I
didn't
didn't
have
know
that in
Pledge
that.
Virginia.
allegiance to the Texas flag, and
Yeah.
I can't remember the rest of it, but we had it growing up.
No.
We didn't have that in Virginia. We didn't have
No.
Virginia history because Virginia history is just history.
Yeah.
It's U.S. history.
Yeah.
All the shit happened there. Like Pennsylvania doesn't have it either because they're like, this is where the whole thing was formed.
The Founding Fathers, colony.
We're just gonna call this history class.
Yeah.
No,
Don't
we
need
had
be
to do
special.
our own. We had our Davy Crockett and Sam Houston. We have our own independence
Sure,
story.
that's
we,
cool.
We go to school for that. In like 7th grade, you have Texas history, and you learn about all the people, and you learn about how we did it because we were our own country for 12 years.
Yeah,
if you
that's
don't know.
badass.
It's pretty goddamn
Pretty
awesome. You know,
badass,
we could
yeah.
do it again if we wanted.
Sure
we
can.
could do it again if we wanted.
I was ready for us to secede. I
Hell
was
yeah.
ready for it. I was ready for
Yeah. Come get this oil.
Biden to
See what
try to
happens.
fuck with me. My
Come on,
National Guard.
Biden.
My National Guard.
Yeah.
My Texas National Guard.
You want to tell us what to do with our border? Our border?
Our border.
How did that other oil war work out? It's not going very well for anybody.
Yeah, I don't know. You recall that?
So you came up to me after my set at Roscoe's and told me I looked like Bam Margera. I couldn't figure
But
out if
I
it was
said
a compliment
I said
or an
something
insult.
else. Bam Margarine is what
Yeah.
I called him.
I knew it was a roast. I thought you were saying I looked like Phil fucked Bam and had a demon butt baby or
Bam
something.
Margarine.
I'm not trying to get my dick sucked,
I
Bam.
can't believe it's not Margera.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what was the worst job you've ever had in your life?
I've had a lot
Sounds
of
like you're
jobs.
having your best favorite job right now at Roscoe's.
Yeah, it's a really good
Does
one.
anybody ever ask for like a Harvey Wallbanger over there, like actual
Fucking
drinks?
no.
You're just like beer or not. Shut
No,
up.
I make old fashions and
Okay,
shit
you
like
know
that. I
all
can
that.
make a Cosmo. I can make a margarita. I can make an old fashioned.
You can bring a friend of ours over and he'll be like, can I have Arnold Palmer? We have a friend who, anytime there's a cute waitress, he has to order an Arnold
It's
Palmer.
like, have you heard of an Arnold Palmer? I'm a golf fag.
Oh, I don't punch him in the fucking face. This guy got mad at me because I opened his beer with my back turned to him, and he's like, I don't. And I was like, this
What are
is
you
the third
doing? Yeah.
beer that you've like. I've been giving you drinks all night. I was, oh my god, it was so
Roofies
bad.
are expensive, assholes. You think somebody's gonna waste $20 on you?
Look at me.
Ugly
You think
ass?
I'm gonna rave you? You think I'm gonna rave you?
Look, I only have
And
one.
you would be saying thank you, damn it. Like,
I only
but-
have one roofie left, and I'm saving it for in case Matthew Broussard shows up at the Roscoe's.
I think my least favorite job. Oh yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's back. It's back.
it only
Alright.
cuts when you get excited and lift
Yeah.
it up.
Okay. My least favorite job, I was a hostess at this locally owned restaurant. It was called Bernard's. It was like a gastropub.
Mm-hmm.
And I was 20, and I would just lean against the wall and smoke cigarettes outside, and they'd be like, "Hi, table for two," and I'm like, "I'm sorry, we're packed." I'm still smoking the cigarette.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, yeah.
and they're like, "Well, can we sit at the bar?" I'm like, "The food's gonna take just as long." I would just be a cunt.
That's your job.
Like, yeah,
You're not getting
fucking-
tips. Fuck them.
Fuck you. Yeah, I don't give a shit. And then like my bosses, they were fentanyl addicted. I think they're sober now. They were crazy. And they went, bye. Hello. Shit.
You're being sounds like you're being remixed by Fatboy Slim.
They would fight a lot, and so I would come in to open the restaurant, and then he would just be my boss would just be sleeping in a beanbag chair in the fucking dining area, and they would fight and scream all the time. And it was an open kitchen, so everyone would just hear them screaming at each other. And I started comedy when I had that job. I was just like, fucking sucked. Hated that.
We were talking about the protests because there's a film of this kid getting rocked by the police, and they were like, "You're hurting me," and the cop was like, "Yes, correct. I'm doing my job. I'm supposed to hurt you."
You know what's great is when they bring black cops to the Palestine marches, and then all these white people just look racist as fuck because they're like pouring water on a
Fuck you,
black
pig.
cop.
Did
And
you
I'm
just
like,
call me an animal? A pig is an animal.
I always liked it whenever non-white races fight. So I'm like, who do you root for?
what do you? Yeah.
Whenever it's like black people, whenever they did the Stop Asian Hate thing, it's
Yeah.
like it's not white people that are beating the crap out of Asians, right?
No.
Whose side do you take, right? I always like it whenever you can kind of like do the switcheroo
You mix
on people,
it,
right?
yeah, mix it up a little bit.
Like the rooftop Koreans versus the Rodney King rioters,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. Like that's always more interesting to me than just like, yeah, it's black versus white, so obviously the white people are the bad
I
ones.
think it's hilarious. I mean, the most Asian hate is Asians hating other Asians.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
they
Oh,
fucking
God,
hate
yeah.
each other the most. Like,
So we've got a Japanese friend who hates Chinese people.
dude, it's fucking so funny to me.
Yeah.
I
Talks about
love that
Vietnamese
shit.
like they're retarded.
Yeah.
He's like,
I
"I'm
love like
sorry, they'll
Pakis
be
people and
okay."
Indian people, like when they go off on each other. And I'm like, thank you.
So I saw your post about the. I showed my wife and daughter the one where the guy said, "Oh, you've seen her everywhere, not like that." Ha ha ha. And then, fuck. I swear this never happens.
Yeah, this is the first time that all of our cables have gone shit.
We're having
Yeah,
an
it's
erectile
all good.
dysfunction of our
Yeah.
microphone.
Fuck.
This happens to a lot of guys. So yeah, he said something about your being around town or getting around a lot, or trying to make some like an open mic host joke.
Joke about another comic's pussy
Okay.
before she went up, and then there was another comic before that was also talking like bitches be tripping,
Okay.
bitches be doing this, bitches be getting
Women be
tattoos,
shopping.
women be shopping.
Yeah.
It's like you don't even get bitches, bro. You can't
Yeah.
even talk about. And so keep going, but there was a lot to that story.
No.
Oh my God,
So it
that
was
show.
the
There's
it
a
had
lot
been
of
building.
build up.
It had been building.
Oh, and I
Okay,
was getting
okay.
mad. No,
Okay.
like y'all know I'm still on this lineup, right? Like
Yeah.
y'all are talking all this thing. You think you do whatever you want.
Charging
and then,
up my
yeah,
lasers.
Yeah, charging my crystals in my ass right now.
That's why.
He's sweet though, so it's like I know he's just a retard, and so I'll
Yeah.
just call them out
Yeah.
because I know they're not actually
Malicious.
correct. They're
Yeah.
just idiots, and like so many guys are just idiots.
Right,
and
right.
like this one guy told me, he's like, Audrey, you're my favorite female comic, and I was like, how about just comic?
Yeah.
Do I call you a male comic? You ever? And I try to be like kind of considerate because if I get too reactionary or too feministy, like
Yeah.
the message isn't going to come across.
Mm-hmm.
I really just want to change because I'm one of the bros. Like, I mean, I'm in a very male dominant industry,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of dudes in this scene. Like, there's more dudes in this scene than there is in New York and LA.
Especially
like,
in Austin with all the things that are going on now. Yeah.
absolutely.
And so many of our heroes have said, like Jerry Seinfeld, funny is funny. I don't care what you're Bill Burr. It doesn't matter what's dangling between your legs.
You have to be
Yeah.
You're funny.
undeniable.
Yeah.
It's like,
Like we should listen to our guys about. This is something that I've learned really well more recently from having kids in junior high.
Mm-hmm.
That it's none of your business what someone's genitalia is. When the argument comes down between a teacher, like when a teacher tells a kid, "Come on, little boy," and he goes, "I'm a little girl," then the crux of that argument is that the teacher has to look in the kid's pants, which is never going to happen.
Yeah,
The teacher is
ideally.
referring to yeah, hopefully.
Let me check.
But that's
Get
how-
over here.
That's how the children counter the teacher. They go, "It's none of your business what my genitalia is, so I get to
Yeah.
call myself what I want," or "You're a pedophile for asking."
Delusion.
Everybody treat everybody like we're all nothing, or just nebulous.
Sure.
It's
Yeah,
comedy is about
androgynous.
your personality.
Yeah.
We don't have cameras. We're making jokes audio.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who looks what way. I mean, we don't have
It
cameras.
helps. It definitely helps because, like, I feel like I change out my outfits.
Yeah.
I feel like hello. I'm on that list of like ladies that are kind of memorable in
Yeah.
the scene because boy do I hate. There was a women's comedy festival at Roscoe's and these bitches. There was a women only and queer show.
Yeah.
White women married to men saying they were pansexual.
Yeah. It's a real easy out.
And it's just like their entire identity. And I'm like, these aren't jokes. You're doing a gay little TED talk with no punchlines, and this is what embarrasses me about women. You're embarrassing me.
It's because they all saw Nanette, and they're
Yes.
like, yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
The funniest person on the show, tranny.
Nice.
You can see the dick through the skirt.
Nice.
And I'm like, this is perfect. This is because it's like whenever a set is about identity and it's only about identity, that shit annoys the fuck out
Yeah.
of me. Like, I understand there's parts of you that make you who you are, but it's just
When that one part is everything you are.
I
is
get
the
that you're
problem,
black.
right? Yeah.
You've said you're black 16 million times.
Yeah.
I get it.
It's
Do you have
Kojak.
any punchlines? Oh no, he's black and gay.
Yeah. He was here.
He has two things. I love Kojak.
Yeah.
No,
he's-
Kojak's actually really good.
Yeah. I send him my George Floyd memes all the time. The evil ones.
We had some good ones he was working on.
Oh,
brought
he
his
is
joke
fucking
book
funny,
also.
dude. He is funny.
And then I saw your Lucky Duck clip where that girl tried to come up
She tried.
riff with you or something. I
Yeah,
don't know what
trying
she was
to
doing.
fucking do something.
I was
I
there
don't
that
know.
night.
You were there?
It was after the tag writing. It was on a Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
And then it was the regular mic.
Yeah, it was on
afterwards.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Oh yeah, thanks. I just don't let people fuck with me. I've been fucked with enough, and I'm not gonna let it happen again.
That's one of the only outdoor comedy things that I'm okay with.
I
usually
love
hate
that, Mike.
doing outdoor, but the way it's amphitheater, like there's
Dude,
a hill
totally.
going up.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
And I go there to catch up with my friends. Like,
Yeah.
I don't go up there to get my set in right away. Like, that's where I get to see my homies.
The
and
tag
it's
thing
just
is
a little
fun,
family.
too.
I love that. There was one tag mic I did, and I just drew penises every single time. And they're
Excellent.
like, "Who's handing out dicks?"
Look, everybody knows this is the best way to make every joke better is to put a dick in it.
The only one without a dick is drawing penises everywhere.
So,
Excellent.
do you have something coming up that we want to promote or put a link of, or
I have a show June 16th at Shakespeare's. That's going to be Father's Day. I think that starts at 9 o'clock. And I also... You can see me at Roscoe's Comedy Club all the time. I can sling you a drink. I usually do a set either way. So you can check me out there.
you have a link tree on something we can get all your links from?
Yeah. What's your ats?
Yeah, follow me on Instagram at _Illuminaudrey, and then you can get my YouTube from there, and Facebook's Audrey Scott, YouTube, Illuminaudrey, same with TikTok.
I'm sorry
Yeah.
that mic isn't working. I feel like a fucking amateur now.
Well, Audrey, thanks for coming and hanging out with us.
Thanks for remixing me.
Silence. Yeah, I don't want to be here.
There's going to be some editing to pull you up.
Perfect.
Pull that audio out. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, and we will talk to you later.